Yo, 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 it's your boy 1D215, back with another video. Today's video, believe it or not, was inspired by the comment section. That's right. This video was inspired by the comment section because a video I did maybe about a week or so ago on the topic of modern women, why everything is so backwards, what's right is wrong, what's wrong is right, you know, things that we dealing with in modern times with modern women. I stumbled across a couple comments by women, and I appreciate those comments. And they didn't necessarily disagree with my video, but what they did raise an eyebrow to is they claimed they were what you would call like the good women. The good modern women, I should say. The ones that don't walk around with the bad behavior, the attitudes, everything is sexual about them, everything they wear is revealing, things of that nature. What we deem the unruly women. They consider themselves somewhat traditional women. And what they harped on was the fact that, well, you modern men complain about modern women, but that's what y'all chase. That's what y'all glorify. That's what y'all pedestalize. And to some aspect, that's true. Not for myself, but I get what they're saying overall in the male gender. That's what men pedestalize. It's in pop culture, it's in social media, it's in television. You know, a lot of men seem to gravitate towards these distasteful women. And while that may be true in some aspect, it's not true in the grand scheme of things, and I'm going to tell you why. Lusting and loving is two different things. Lusting and loving is damn near polar opposites. Because what a man lusts for don't mean that's what he loves. Now, I ain't going to go deep on this, but it is true. Even though I agree that it shouldn't be pedestalized by men, don't get that confused with this is what men want. Men don't want the unruliness, the bad behavior, the BBLs, the tattoos, the piercings, the smart mouth. They don't want that, but here's the thing. Men, we are primal creatures. We have animalistic instinct. We just do. All of us do. And could men lust over these things? I don't know about the unruliness part, but as far as the sexually clad and the erotic ways, yes. Yours truly included. To a lower extent, but I digress. But that don't mean just because men are lusting, that's what men in the grand scheme of things want. Because if you took that logic, then why are none of these erotic, promiscuous, bad behavior having women, why aren't the majority of them ain't wifed up, if we being real? Why are they so available? Why are they the ones that's always out parading around and have all this time to go to these different places and go out on all these dates and asking where the real men at? If this is what men wanted, they be wifed up, or at least in relationships, at the least. There's a reason for that. Men don't take these women serious. And I've been saying that on this channel for quite a while, because it's true. Now, are there foolish men that praise these women and pander to these women and somewhat simp for these women? Yes, that's a small fraction of men, and they're a certain type of men. I like to call them fools, but people might call them other things. Your average man don't take an erotic, revealing, underdressed, no moral having, no mindset having woman serious. Now, I'm gonna get to the point that one of the ladies made in the comments, because that really had me. Is the reason why I'm making this video. She said, "Y'all look over the real women, the ones that cover up. Y'all look over the real women that don't have a million tattoos and dress provocative and have these masculine mannerisms." And I'm like, that's contrary to belief. Because if anything, that's the goal for a lot of men. Just because you women don't stand out as much as others, don't get it messed up. It doesn't go unnoticed. It doesn't go unwarranted. At least speaking for myself. Because a lot of guys I know, those type of women is considered the prize. Do men lust over erotic behavior and revealing clothing or what have you? Yes. It's an animal instinct. It's a primal mindset that all men are born with. But that don't mean that this is the end-all be-all. For most men, I do admit that there is some fools out here that cater and pander to them type of women. But trust and believe, the women that's playing the background, the women that don't have a lot to say, the women that's covered up, they're the ones that men really seek after, if I'm being real. They are. It's not pedestalized and put to the forefront because it's considered somewhat not popular, not the thing. Y'all know, men and women alike, we live in a different time. So the classy lady, for the most part, ain't going to get put on the forefront. The classy woman is not going to get put on the forefront in social media and television, things of that alike. It don't. And do I agree with that? No. But y'all going by what y'all see in these videos and social media. Oh, men around a bunch of women shaking their ass. And I get it. I'm fatigued with it myself, and I'm a man. So I get where you coming from. But to think that men, in the grand scheme of things, take these women serious, you misguided. You're misguided if you really think that. Because I'm my own self, right? And I don't think everybody is just like me, but I know there's men out there that agree with this thought. Look at it this way. When you think of professional men, some of the highest ranking men, we ain't talking about entertainers and athletes, doctors, your lawyers, your men in high status places of employment or what have you. When you look at their wives, do you see a bunch of piercings? Do you see a bunch of tattoos? Do you hear a vulgar cadence when they talk? Do you think of outlandish ways when you see them? I'm talking about their wives. They're not marrying no below the barrel, nasty. And this ain't about education or money or status. It's a mindset. They're not marrying them type of women. But when you think of like athletes and stuff, not all, but a lot of them, they're buying love. Because in high school, they probably never even got none. So when they get the millions and they sign that, they name on that dotted line, the first thing they thinking is a dime, a BBL, who can I, and they're misguidedly wifing these women. Now those are the fools that I was talking about. These men are worth millions, but they don't even know a 304 when they see it. Or they see it, but they being naive. They know it's a 304, but they just so happy to have somebody that look this way want to talk to them. And it's like, really? It wouldn't happen to be that fact check you just signed. You think, I mean, so in the grand scheme of things, just know, I want the very few, because there's a few good women out there to know, don't get jaded by popular belief. Men ain't wifing these 304s. Is it a thing as far as the ambiance of the visual and the fact that men use their manly instincts and this is a good visual and a damn near fantasy or whatever? Yeah, that's just men in a nutshell, right? But don't think these women are being taken serious. They're for a short time, not a long time. It's eye candy. You know what I'm saying? It gravitates eyes. So men is like, okay, I got this chick with this revealing whatever. But he wouldn't dare take that home to mine. He wouldn't dare invite this woman to intimate settings where it's like, look, you got to carry it a certain way. And some men do, but I feel sorry for those men. But the main point I want to brush off in this is, don't think your aura, your ghost, and the way you carry it as a good woman is going unnoticed. Because guys like me look for that in a woman. Guys, a lot of these guys watching this video look for that in a woman. That other stuff is just academic. That's just, oh, hoo-hum, all right. Another thought that's willing to show her body. Okay. But it ain't the end all be all. It really ain't. Because I know there's a disconnect between the good women, the few good women, there's only a little bit of y'all, if I'm being real. So y'all consider unicorns at this point. The few good women and all the bad women. It's like a disconnect, right? And I see a lot of the good women converting over to the dark side because of comments like what I saw. Oh, this is what the men seem like they want. This is who they praise. That's some social media BS. That's not the end all be all. Them women would not be available and wouldn't be able to be out here for the streets if men was wifing them up and snatching them up and taking them serious. They get recycled. I've been saying it for a while. These women get recycled. I don't care how many times somebody flew them out. I don't care about the dinners. I don't care. I wouldn't be doing none of that stuff. Y'all know me. I'm a different type of guy. I'm not tricking on any level. I'm going to keep it real. Not saying my shit don't stink. I just don't believe in it. I don't. But me being a man, I understand it somewhat. Understand it from my gender. I do see why guys, it's about a time. It's about some fun. Me personally, I'm doing the bare minimum with a woman like that. The bare minimum. Sure, I like to have some fun. But I'm not putting my dignity and morality to the back burner. I'm not doing anything of significance for these women. But as I was saying, don't think the good women don't get seen. It's a thing. That's the goal for men. I am going to say this. A lot of good women, though, do mess up with this one. Because a lot of good women, they get the guy because like I said, and then y'all the prize. So y'all do get the men, right? And y'all kind of mess up with some men. Not saying it's right or wrong in the grand scheme of things. Because a lot of good women being cheated on by men for that distasteful type of woman, for that erotic woman, for that revealing clothes wearing woman. And y'all like, wait a minute, he left me for her. This must be what he really want. This must be what men really want. And y'all take the wrong mindset of it because a lot of times the reason why it happens, and I'm not making excuses because no man should cheat, no woman should cheat. At the end of the day, it's wrong on either end, but the lustfulness that men have for that, if he's not getting it from good or bad woman, this is what happens. And I'm not taking up for that, but that's what I hear a lot goes on in relationships, especially when I hear from the woman's point of view. He cheated on me with some slut. He cheated on me with this 304. Well, here's the thing with that. And it's going to sound old and played out, but a man always like a lady in the streets and a freak in the sheets. You keeping that lady in the street part up, but the freak in the sheet part ain't up. A lot of women get cheated on that way. And like I said, I'm not making no excuses for men cheating. But I'm sure my men will agree with me on that term. A lot of men cheat on quote unquote good women because they're not being all the way pleased in the bedroom. They're not. So it's like, yeah, we respect that you carry it as a woman. That's the reason why you caught me, or you know, the reason why I was available to you and chose you or what have you. But when a man's primal instinct kick in and things become mundane and lethargic with a woman, a lot of men, not all, and I don't condone it on any level, but a lot of men go for what they know. And I'm just keeping it real. I gotta keep it real, because that ties into it. Because you'd be surprised how many women been cheated on by men, and usually the person that they cheat on them with is one of these distasteful, nasty 304 type of women. And then good women get an idea in their head that that's what men want. That's what you really wanted. Men can cheat with women that they don't care about. Let's keep it real. It's the vice versa for women. Women, for the most part, cheat on men with men that they actually care about. That's why a lot of times men say it's worse when women cheat. It's worse on a lot of reasons. We can get into that in another video. Just because a man cheated on you and you call yourself a good woman, whether it's right or not, just because a man cheated on you with what you would call a not so classy woman, that don't mean that's what he wants. It means something was happening more than likely at home. Not blaming it all on the woman, because it's the man's fault for cheating in the grand scheme of things. But if we being real and adult about this, a lot of times because that woman ain't being that freak in the sheets. She keeping up half, you know what I mean? She keeping up half of the deal. It's like, all right, I get that you a lady in the streets. You doing that to the fullest. That's why I'm still around. That's why I'm with you, or whatever the case may be. But the freak in the sheets part, you ain't really upholding, and it's happening. So that's another disconnect between, you know, the genders and what's going on, and that's real rap, because I hear that a lot. I hear that a lot from men and women. You know, he must want a whore because that's what he cheated on me with, or you find out that he's going to strip clubs after work, or he's doing this, he's in this place around a bunch of distasteful women, and the first thing y'all think is this is what he wants. No, this is just what he yearning as far as wifey ain't doing it. He would rather it be from wifey. But yeah, just wanted to rant and rave about that one and bring some awareness, because a lot of people get it misconstrued. Like real men want these distasteful women, and it's not true. They get used and abused. That's why they're so available. That's why they're able to go to every bar, every night, every lounge, every hookah lounge, and everywhere else. They don't have no man to go home to. They got a bunch of options that they randomly call from time to time. There's nobody in their house, because if it was, they'd be home with him, whether they are 3 or 4 or not. So we gotta get that out of our out of our mind frame. For some of us thinking that men like nasty women. I hear it so much. I heard it in my past. I heard it in my last relationship. I hear it, man, y'all like whores. Men don't like whores at all. Do men lust after erotic things? I admit, they do. We do, I'm going to say. We do. That's every man. You're not going to meet a man that don't have that in them, because we made with that. But to sit here and say, yeah, I'm a wife this 304. She the prize. I'm gonna admire her. I'm gonna give her my all, or whatever the case may be. Men ain't doing that. Men ain't doing that. So y'all let me know about this topic. What y'all think about this one? I know it's like a somewhat out there topic. I know I was a little bit all over the place on this one, but it's real. I just like to bring awareness, and we can start our conversation from there. Maybe it's something I didn't touch on, But y'all let me know. Until the next time, I see y'all on the next one.